this clip right quick because I brought up the Cowboys in the Netflix premiere, but while they were on the blue carpet, Jerry Jones had a lot to say.
Woo, he did. What he had to say?
Anonymous with the Cowboys. How do you view the franchise's role in shaping not just the NFL but also pop culture largely as a whole too, with a lot of things?
Well, I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at.
Oh, I'm starting this.
I think I'm supposed to
Yeah,
start.
the
Yeah,
moment
you
is
are.
coming.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, nah, it's if we're not being looked at, I'm gonna do my part to get us looked at. This goes back to the whole topic before. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Joe, you said something, and you say it a lot about the Cowboys when it comes to Jerry Jones, and it's just like the pressure. He'll find a way to put the pressure on himself, but also on the team at the same time, right? And I gotta ask people, and I had to think about it. I was like, if you really play for the Dallas Cowboys, there's got to be two reasons why you play for them. One, you're looking for another contract somewhere else because you know all the media hype is going to be on you. So if you ball out, another team is going to look and say, hey, we could add him over here to Jacksonville and he might be the next best thing, or he might be the missing piece because look what he did over there in Dallas. So it's like you want to become a head coach somewhere. So you like, if I call the right plays or do the right things, maybe, I might be an offensive coordinator somewhere, take a team to the Super Bowl. Now I'm a head coach somewhere. You just never know. There's just one of those reasons. Or the other motive is you like, if I'm the guy to get this team over the hump, I know my retirement is gonna be lit. Because I'm gonna get all the media jobs. People gonna call me just to be calling me because I'm the guy that got the Cowboys over that 30-year slump. So it's either you with the pressure or you got another ulterior motive to be like, I'm going to get paid somewhere else. Because to hear that from your owner, right, or GM or president, whatever Jerry wants to be that day, because he's definitely marketing. He's selling it right now. You got to say, we got to win in spite of everything that Jerry Jones says. Like, we got to win in spite of. But then it's like, do I really want to win? Because it's not even going to be about me. It's going to be about him. Like, imagine Dak makes it to the Super Bowl, right? And he balls out, and he's the Super Bowl MVP. Guess who's gonna be the first person to talk? Jerry. He's gonna be the first person up there.
Yeah, I mean, that's everybody though, everything.
But he gonna make sure Dak say two words, and he gonna get the commercials. He gonna do everything to make sure you like, look, after 30 years, I told y'all we could do it. It's gonna be like when LeBron won his first ring. It's gonna be like about time. And it's gonna be like, wait, what? You ain't even do too much. You the reason why we had to overcome half the battles we got here. If you didn't keep the media attention on us, we would be all right. Because honestly, the Cowboys shouldn't be talked about this much in the media when you got another team in the NFC East who won the Super Bowl. I've never seen a team that won the Super Bowl get less. Well, I've seen it because the Cowboys been around for a while. But they still talk about the Chiefs when they won more than they talked about the Eagles. The last thing I heard about the Eagles was an injury scare. I have yet to hear anything else about can they repeat? What are they going to do this year? Who's going to win the NFC East? And then when people do bring up the Cowboys, it's either Micah or the Commanders are better than them, and we feel like the Commanders are one piece away. That's why they need Terry. That's it. But those are other topics that you can talk about, and this is what Jerry would do. He's like, yeah, I'm going to string out the Micah thing because I know Terry ain't signed yet. I know the Eagles won the Super Bowl, so I want them to keep talking about me for now. And what's going to happen on week one? He's going to sign Micah to one of the largest contracts in the world because the Eagles got to drop a banner. So when they drop the banner, or he might sign him after the Eagles game. Who knows? But this is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all go ahead.
I can go this one. I'm not gonna lie, Tomo. This is not my issue with Jerry. Jerry is just selling it. You know what I mean? My issue with Jerry is the head coach he picks. I think that's the problem. Is he don't pick the right leader for his team. But the players got to perform. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, do we honestly think y'all losing playoff games because Jerry talking too much? Look, now the days go by.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think y'all losing games because Jerry is in the media. You know, Jerry mindset is like, dog, I've been number one since I basically got the team for real, right? And y'all want me to dial it back? If you guarantee me a Super Bowl, I might dial it back. But you gonna guarantee me a Super Bowl? No. So I'm gonna do my part, which is make sure we grow our franchise. But the reason why we ain't losing is because of me. You know what he said when y'all lost the playoff last year, 2 years ago. You know he put it on, right? Did he say how much the quarterbacks like that when it comes to the contract?
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many All Pros y'all had since Dak been there? I'm not gonna turn to that situation, but how many All
Oh,
Pros?
I'm prepared for that on the next segment, but I think we had like a solid 30.
Y'all got a lot of All Pro. Y'all had
If you want to
9
repeat the
players
name,
that y'all had
but
9 players who went All Pro. Not 9 years. Like I'm talking about 9 players, and a lot of guys went All Pro multiple years, but 9 total players that went All Pro. The only team that got more than y'all are the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and 49ers. That was it.
they all at least, well, not the
That,
Ravens.
that's
They all
only
been to
4.
the dance.
You're right. You know, I mean, we've been to the championship game.
I was
You
about
know,
to
I
say
said
we
the
y'all had
been
more
dance.
than us.
I said the
championship
dance. That's why I
game.
said the dance on the I said the big dance for a reason.
You got the Rams who won. Y'all got more than the Rams. The Bengals who been in the Super Bowl got more than the difference between all these teams is the leadership. It's either the quarterback or the coach. So I think that's what
Can you scratch the Bengals from that though?
quarterback. Oh yeah, well, Joe
You said
Burrow.
leadership. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, Joe
Quarterback, you
Burrow. Yeah.
good, but leadership.
Oh yeah,
Thank
the
you.
head coach. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
but
just
but he,
saying.
but he,
Like
I think
still
he was the
young.
first year head coach at the time, right? Carl,
Yeah,
I
he
think he was the
young. He
first year.
young. This is his first head coaching
Yeah, he
job.
was the first year head coach. You know what I mean? He did his thing. You know what I mean? But
It wasn't. I
but
don't think it was the first year. I think it was his first job. 'Cause I want to say Burrow's first year they came in together.
okay, probably second year then.
Yeah.
But I know he was young though. My whole thing is this: Jerry Jones, obviously, if he don't talk, maybe it would help. But that ain't the big problem though. To me, at least, to me, because there are guys that's always in the LeBron. I mean, he ain't as bad as Jerry Jones, but LeBron be fishing too, and LeBron still be in the mix. You know what I mean? Like, so he just needed right personnel that's gonna perform with the. Like, I mean, it's Dallas. It's what do you call it? What do you call it? What you call it? The Broadway of the NFL. That's what he called it.
It is though.
You know, so he gotta sell it. He doing his job. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna do my job and sell it," but they gotta do their job and perform. So I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually, I never was like, I never was against him doing that. Never was.
You know what? I'm not gonna go with my first mind, but
Let's have fun.
nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm a pile on this old man. That's crazy. But what I will say is like, bro, it just I don't know. You know what I'm gonna say? It just seems insecure. Like I have to be the ones we're talking about. If y'all not talking about it, I'm gonna make daggone sure y'all gonna talk about us the most. Cause look at me. No, bruh, that's not the focus. I mean, we can talk about y'all, right? We talk about how ever since you know who left, Coach Johnson, Jimmy Johnson left. It ain't been the same. You ain't even making the NFC Championship game. We could talk about how it really wasn't you. It was Jimmy Johnson. We could talk about all those things, but then you're gonna be mad because it's negative publicity. But it's just seems like, bro, all right, we get it. Like, you want to be talked about. Cool. Y'all still like, you have to win something, though. Being talked about is all cool and dandy. But if you're not winning nothing, it's just like, okay, what's the point of wanting to be talked about? And you haven't won anything. Now, I get it. It's not on a Jerry Jones, like Joe said, because players do have to perform, and he does hit on, like, well, the Cowboys as a collective has hit on players. A lot of people question Travis Frederick became one of the best linemen ever for the Cowboys. He hit on that. He's hit on linemen Zach Martin, Tyron Smith. He's hit on Zeke. A lot of people wanted Jalen Ramsey over Zeke. They hit on Zeke. He hit on Dak in the third, fourth round. He's hit on guys. But y'all have to win. Like me personally, if I'm not winning to the magnitude as I was winning, I ain't gonna be quiet, but I'm not in the rush to be in the spotlight either. And then another thing that was like, what have you brought to the NFL? A white powdery substance. That's all I'm gonna say there. But
Talking about the Steelers.
y'all see,
Yeah, we
You're
banded
not
y'all
together
not
in
alone.
that
alone.
one. Y'all ain't gonna keep
Y'all
putting
not
that on
alone.
us. Y'all
Y'all
ain't gonna
not
keep putting that
alone.
on us by
But
ourselves.
I
Now.
mean, the name of the
Yeah,
team was literally CC, and if you know, you know. But
I mean, shout out to Miami for starting that name, but we partied together. Why you think we got bowls?
So, but it just would blow me, like, bro. Okay, bro, like, you don't have to always be talked about. The main character syndrome, that would blow me. Like, why? All right, I get it. You want your franchise to make money, revenue, cool. You're going to do that regardless. But like, if you're not talking about, he basically was saying like, if we're not talking about every second, I'm gonna make sure we are. That's basically what he's saying. Because it's not like people don't talk about the Cowboys. It's just he wants them to be talked about every second of the day. Like, no, bro. It's 31 other teams, and no offense, there's a pecking order that y'all not on top of. No offense again, Tomo, but y'all are not on top of the pecking order. Like he said, we got the Eagles that won the Super Bowl, and yet like the first month you had like Brandon Graham popping up on like First Take, and it was a couple Eagles talk there, but like for the most part, the Cowboys just took right back over, which is crazy.
Wild part is Terry held out, right? And I didn't want to bring it up, but then I was like, "Ho, Joe, this is your first time being in the spotlight. We got to talk about it." And what happened 2 days later? Terry said, "I requested a trade." Literally the next day, Micah said it, and we ain't heard nothing about Terry since. Like Terry be on the C block. Like that's crazy.
Nah, for real. Like unless you're in the chats, you really don't hear nothing about it.
He on the C block.
But here's the thing though. He's a business owner, Carl. His job is to increase the net worth. Right?
That happens regardless.
But Joe.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
For this team?
Yes.
Joe,
for the Cowboys, yes.
And so you telling me if he sits back and be quiet, they will still be worth $10 billion?
At this juncture, yes.
I don't think so.
I do.
Maybe 8.
The Cowboys
do they get to
go 4-13?
Right now they have 10.1, huh?
They'll still get 10. They'll still be at 10 billion.
Well, no.
He doesn't say anything. You want to know why, Joe?
What?
Because he already planted the seed. ESPN.
Tomo.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is the major letter networks are going to talk about the Cowboys regardless. The only thing Jerry does is add a little bit more fuel to the fire. What did I just tell you? Micah Parsons requested a trade. Imagine if the Cowboys would have signed Micah Parsons 2 years earlier, right? Now, what's the first thing they're going to say is, well, why is Max Crosby doing this? The Dallas Cowboys such and such. The Dallas Cowboys go out and get George Pickens. Now they're not even talking about the football moves. They're talking about Micah Parsons. They could really be talking about more moves that Jerry could be making. He could make way more impactful moves and be talked about as far as progressing to win a Super Bowl than what he's doing now.
They were not talking about y'all. Yeah, like y'all signed George Pickens. Y'all had a little shine for a little bit. And then it dialed down. Y'all were not in the media.
That
and
was
Jerry was like, hold up, bro. I'm like, we gotta get back in the media. So he was like, made a little comments like, will we get hit by a car in an accident? Oh, look at Jerry. Like, everybody falling to the mousetrap.
But see, that's so wild.
But let me ask y'all this though. Do y'all think him paying Dak Prescott right before the season started affected the team? Affected the win-loss record?
I think it affected Dak.
You think how? Dak was in training camp for everything.
No, he wasn't. I thought he
held out.
Nah, he wasn't trying. That was CD.
Oh, he was?
He held out.
CD held out. Dak
CD held out. But I mean, that ain't.
I think no. It wasn't signing Dak before the trade. Before the season started, that affected the team. It was his words right after the Packers lost that affected the team. We're going all in and did absolutely nothing to actually help the team get better. So he has so many quotes that people forget about the timeline. Because remember after the Packers, he was sitting there and he said, "Oh no, we're going all in." And people was like, "All right, this is the year Jerry gonna make sure we get all the weapons." And then Jerry came back 2 weeks later and was like, "No, your definition of all in is different from my definition." And that's again how he keeps the media thing going. When it's just like
all in on this.
But you don't have to say anything.
But that quote don't affect your wins and losses though.
It affected the team though.
How?
Because people actually went out and probably was like, "Oh, they're gonna actually spend some money this year." So as far as the all right, it affected the fan base, but it also had I give you that. The fan base, but it had impact on the team because he did nothing to make the team better.
I give you that.
Quarterback $60 million, and the team didn't get better.
So I give you that.
I get.
He put a fan base in a roller coaster.
That's why I said I agree. Like it's not all on Jerry Jones, but the fact that you want to get talked about every second of the day, you don't think that annoys the players in the locker room?
I mean, they love being in Dallas. They get all the attention.
You hear when they leave Dallas how they hated it. They probably say it now because he write their check.
I want to be in Dallas the rest of my life.
Because he signs his checks. As soon as if Dak would have walked, I'm pretty sure Dak could be just like DeMarcus Lawrence and all these other guys.
How about all the retired Cowboy players?
Huh?
Oh no, those are the ones that won. Never mind.
Exactly.
Exactly.
With Jimmy Johnson.
Now you got players like Dante Fowler who left and came back, but he only said that because y'all didn't sign him back. He said he had two options. He was going to the Commanders or going back to Dallas. Like you have ex players that leave, but it's not players that are homegrown. Jerry does this to his homegrown players, which is the
Yeah, he does
the
on a consistent
craziest
basis.
part. Like you could do this to a free agents. I understand they just got here, but you drafted Micah, you drafted CD, you
He's drafted
drafted Jamarcus Lawrence, you drafted Dak, you drafted Zach Martin. Like you do these to the players that you drafted.
Zeke who?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy.
I think about he did the whole Zeke who thing. He flipped that joint and
He
got
said
some
they bought
t-shirts.
t-shirts. That's insane, Joe.
Man,
And then that would annoy. I'm telling you, some players in that locker room would be annoyed. Like, bro, it's not about you.
see, here's the thing though. But when the Cowboys are winning, who get? Oh my gosh, y'all get all the love. I mean, the Cowboys get so
You
much
got
love.
to look what you're going through.
It's worth it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they win a Super Bowl, think about that. Do y'all know the Cowboys are number one media NFL team and the Chiefs number? People say you just win games, you be number one. That's not true. Because the Chiefs win the
This
games,
guy
they're
won't be
number one in
talking
the
about
media,
every second.
huh?
That's because this guy won't be talking about every second of the day.
When I say you watch something, they had a whole segment about the Chiefs.
You know, I'm the wrong person to ask that question. I don't watch sports media.
Tomo, let's say you watch other than first thing first, because they got a Chiefs fan on there.
I was gonna say that unless they got a fan.
I'm
No.
about to say
Even
the only reason.
the Eagles talking about killing Jalen Hurts.
But the
Which is
only reason I know
crazy
about the
to
Brandon
me,
Graham thing because I was at work and somebody had it on while I was working in their house. That's the only reason
And
I
he
know.
actually on that show. It's Good Morning. It's on NFL. Oh, damn, they part of ESPN too now. So never mind. Might as well say his first take. But that was Good Morning Football or something like that.
You talking about?
But
The Brandon Graham
Brandon
thing.
Graham.
Oh yeah, Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, the players gotta perform. I would love for my owner to put us out there like that. Now, I won't love the shenanigans he pulled in the offseason. I'm not gonna lie. But when Micah signed that contract, what up, Jerry? Hey, what's good, bro? Like that gets right now. See you in the NFC Championship game.
We're gonna talk about that in just a second. So let's put it like this, though. I was about to call you Jerry. Joe.
Well,
So let's put it like this,
money,
Joe. Look, yeah, that billion is it's a different thing, but you're a business owner. If he could separate the football talk from when he's trying to market something, I would be okay with that. Because like I said, this whole summer feels like, one, he's trying to take away from the Eagle shine, but also this Netflix documentary has been talked about since last year. And now it's about to come out. I feel like all of this is just a hype. Like it's one big rollout just to say, look at us again. And Carl, you called it though. None of this hype is yours unless it's Jimmy Johnson. So I feel like it's always been like, because that his best years was with Jimmy. Of course, he got the one with Brian Switzer, but that was Jimmy's team.
That was Jimmy's team.
And then after that, we haven't seen very Switzer, my brother. But we haven't seen you in a championship game since then.
And
I
my
do want to say
thing
this,
is-
Tombo.
Go ahead,
As a fan, I would hate this. I would. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Because he is putting y'all through a roller coaster. It's like, yo, we just want to play football. I get where you're coming from. I'm just telling you, when it comes to the wins and losses, what Jerry's doing is not like him selling y'all to the media ain't affecting wins and losses. Him handpicking y'all coach, the leadership is hurting the wins and losses, in my opinion.
I
But
think
we'll see what this new guy got.
I mean, would you now then say that's decision making, and he shows that time and time again his decision making isn't that great?
Yeah,
I'm just playing devil advocate with that one.
Yeah,
Because
he's
I
not
agree with
perfect.
you.
He's not
I agree.
perfect. But also to Tomo's point, maybe he's picking these coaches so he can get away with the media stuff.
I mean, you said
Yeah,
it.
Bill Parcells ain't rocking.
Nah, until you got T.O. And you see what Bill did after that. He said, I'm gone. I'm not even going to play around with you. I'm not even about to do this with you. But even in that moment, you see when we talked about the get hit by a car, they was talking to Shotty. The camera was on Shotty. He gave the perfect answer. And Jerry was just like, yeah, but just because we signed him don't mean he's going to be here. And then the camera went right to him. They like, what you talking about? He's like, I got y'all. And like I was saying. And every time I play...
Sorry, even his son, Stephen Jones, they asked about the contract. He was like, well, we don't discuss contract, whatever. We all we can say is the contract ain't set. And then Jerry said something else, and the camera went to him again. I'm like, bro, this dude is just still on the spotlight.
It's that main character
Oh,
syndrome.
I do get it.
Yeah.
But if y'all win, Tomo, the numbers, woo, with all the attention y'all already got, so go through the roof. Y'all think? I remember when. I gotta move on. I remember when the Lakers. Remember they lost to the Nuggets. They got swept. Carl.
What time? Oh, I tried to say it before you said the sweat part. But go ahead.
Remember when they got swept and LeBron faked his retirement, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was the first one to call that out.
The next morning on SportsCenter, the whole hour they not mentioning the Nuggets not one time. They talk about LeBron the whole time.
Incoming Bibby saying not a day goes by, but I
Now,
called that out.
The comment been
now,
there, but
and
I'm
when
gonna just
LeBron win the championship, man, that joke, when he won the bubble, when the OKC Thunder won, we saw. Hey, oh, the NBA draft. That's all we talked about after that. But LeBron would have won. They still be talking about it to this day. You know, so imagine the Cowboys win. Tomo, woo, man, y'all gonna be on the media 24/7. Y'all win a Super Bowl because Jerry built it up.
It's already bad, but hey, like you said, it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, because y'all lose.
Sound like it's a 30-year curse. Ain't no gift.
I'm talking about if you Jerry, it's a gift and a curse. Your team don't win in the big moments, but you still get the money at the end of the day. Fans still buy stuff, you know. Joe, don't laugh. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
It's been a while for us.
Yeah.
At least you were born when your team won. Well, my team, I was born too, but
yeah. We all got a piece of the Bills. The Bills gave everybody one except for the Eagles. They couldn't get her upstairs. But the Bills, man. Shout out to Josh Allen.
That is true. The Bills, three of them losses was here.
3.
Yeah.
I just passed them around. Yeah.
Who was the fourth team they lost to? Was it not all NFC East teams? Wasn't it one twice, or am I tripping?
Yeah, they lost to Cowboys twice.
Yeah.
Crazy. Us and the Giants.
We tried to get the Eagles one. It took them 55 years. Now they here, but I ain't gonna say too much. They just happy they got one or two.
Or 2.
He need to get one. Play the video.
Oh no, I got a picture. I got a video.
Oh,